Hey, it's Eric here at Piece Your Classic Cars, and this is a 1965 Ford F100. It is a style side 302 V8 with an upgraded manual transmission. It's a T5, tons of power. She's a little cold-natured, but we've warmed her up, and she starts at the touch of a key once she's warm. Take her for a quick spin and show you around. Well, this guy decided to drive around me. And I have a slow guy in front of me in my video. Oh well. Tons of power. You can just feel it. I mean, I am in a residential area. I don't like to drive fast anyways. This little 302 is nice and hoppy, smooth shifting T5. All the gears feel good. There's no grinding in between the gears. Really tight hydraulic clutch. I believe it's hydraulic. I could be wrong, but the clutch is very tight. Oh wow, they're building a house. I didn't even know there was empty lot there. All right, now we can go faster. Engine sounds awesome. I just love the sound of a 302. I love T5 transmissions. Had a lot of them in Mustangs and trucks over the years. They're reliable, they're affordable to repair, strong, and help get good gas mileage. Pull in here in the shade. E-brake is tight, but it does work. About 1 or 2 clicks. I love this truck. We get more compliments on trucks like these. Not the perfect truck. I get more compliments on a truck like this than I do on the one that, well, I would say is a perfect truck. You want to go ahead and pop the hood? So this truck actually belongs to my daughter. She's 24. She is. So there's a primary. It's right here. And the secondary is right here. There's a little, and my finger is on it right there. And I have to push down a little bit, push it in. Pop it up. There you go. Good job. Looks like somebody may have replaced the hinges or springs at some point. Can't tell. They might be original. Hood's in good shape. Engine runs great. Beautiful engine detail here. If there's any fault to the mechanics of the vehicle, I'm going to say that personally, I've gotten to where I don't like Holley carburetors anymore. Edelbrock, especially double pumpers, Edelbrocks are the way to go. And if it was me, I'd probably throw an Edelbrock on it. It's got a Wind intake, stock exhaust. I don't hear any exhaust manifold leaks whatsoever. Beautiful. Under the hood, inner fender wells are rust free, nicely painted, nice tall finned aluminum valve covers with matching air cleaner, power steering, power brakes. Yeah, the thing I like about a truck like this is I'm not scared to use it like a truck. When we have our nice, $25,000 to $45,000 trucks around the shop, we don't want to do anything to them. We want to polish them, shine the tires, and walk away. And on a truck like this, it's just nice enough to get all the thumbs up. Just nice enough people want to ask you for a photograph at the gas station, but not so nice I'm not worried about throwing some bags of concrete and some 2x4s in the back, or if I was working on the farm, building a fence, throwing some lumber in here and my tools. So nice straight body lines, very minimal rust. There's a couple of little spots I'm going to get up on here in just a second to show you. Getting up really close, a little scratch in the paint there. These are the original door handles, so there's a little original pitting. Now the trim was added down the side. It looks really nice. It was tastefully done. Original bumpers, same thing. They look like they're in original condition. Grill's in great shape. Maybe somebody put this on new. This looks like it could have been new. So here's one spot right here, little typical paint run or a paint chip, which you actually see on these models fairly often. There's a spot where the hood is flexing over time, opening and closing it. Little spot there, a little chip. Tiny little chip there. A couple of tiny little bubbles there. These are the only evidence of any even minute rust that I've seen. That personally, I think if this was my truck to keep, I don't even think I'd go after that. All the way down the sides, looking good. Going a little faster here. I'm looking for any spots that I think are worthy of a little spot right there mentioning. Bottom of the door on this side's in good shape. And one little spot here. A little blemish in the paint. Bed is nice and straight. So one of the things that I'm always looking at for the history of the truck, we don't have Carfaxes, so around our shop we're always saying the truck or the car is telling the story. We let the vehicle tell the story. So one thing we're always looking at is how dented up is this part. That says how much has it been used as a work truck. So I'd say this one was used some as a work truck or often by somebody who took care of their truck. So a few dents on the floor, a couple little spots of surface rust that were on there cleaned up, and then a little bed liner painted. But the sides of the bed are in great shape, very minor dents. I'll tell you one thing, I've seen them here before where they were beat up to hell. So this one's nice for what it is. Doors open and close well. Windows are, this driver's side window is pretty good. The passenger side window is a little stiff, but it does roll up and down. Matching paint, original color. A couple little spots like this. But so far, no major rust to report. A couple of little spots of bubbles there. The drip rails are in great shape. I mean, this is what an old truck looks like when it hasn't been repainted in, you know, since the 70s or whatever, or the 80s. I love the original gauges. Like I said, it was an original manual transmission. Took that off, put in the T5 on the floor, which is personally, I think, an excellent upgrade. Nice, new seat cover, very nicely done and very comfortable. Headliner's missing, affordable and easy to do on your own. The original gas tank is back here and the fuel gauge is working. We were putting gas in it, the fuel gauge is going up. Yeah. So let's take a look underneath. This is where it really matters to me. And this is where this truck really shines. A couple of tiny little spot of rust there, but that being the original cab corner in that condition, I mean, you could clean that up just a touch if you wanted to. Rockers are in awesome shape. Floor pan. And we got this one spot here. This is pretty common. These like to rust. You can actually get on LMC Truck or even on eBay. Even CarID.com has these parts where it's actually a pretty simple fix to cut that out and weld the new piece in there. About $35 each. And I think on eBay there's free shipping. So other than that, really solid cross beams, rust free. The frame is completely rust free. Cab to frame mounts all in great shape. Those are old original rubbers, but they look good. And I don't see, there's a little cracked rubber there. I don't see any signs of rust whatsoever on the frame. Inner fender wells look good. Nice sounding dual exhaust. Really clean underneath. Again, no signs of rust that I'm seeing under here on the frame. It actually looks like at some point somebody may have cleaned the frame, at least underneath the bed, and painted it or POR 15'd it. Yeah, somebody may have had the bed off. I've seen this before, where the paint stops where the bed is, so the bed was off. Now, same side on this side, like I said, this is a common repair. Again, if this was my farm truck, I probably wouldn't even think about fixing that. So these rockers are in awesome shape. Little spot right there. Other than that, no holes. And then this cab corner, a couple of tiny little pinholes there, but that is the original cab corner. It looks awesome. Somebody had put newer shocks at some point. Mounts, frame Two cab mounts are looking good. Looks like a 9-inch rear end, which is nice to have. Tires have excellent tread. In fact, they pretty much look new, at least this front one does. Let's double check and make sure. I believe all the tires are put on at the same time. Yep. Underneath the front, no signs of any leaks. No rust. Really solid. Well, there you have it, 1965 F100. This is a short box truck, short bed, what they call the style side, where the Chevrolet called them fleet sides. What a great truck. I mean, V8, 5-speed manual, power steering, power brakes. I mean, this one's ready to drive. And like I said, I mean, this is a truck that my 24-year-old daughter's gonna, can drive. So that's, to me, speaks for the mechanical reliability of it. And like I said, if it was me, probably the only two things that I would do to this truck are, I would put a Edelbrock carburetor on it, because I just like Edelbrocks. They're plug and play, where I feel like we're fiddling with Holleys all the time to try to get them to run perfect. And if we're down at the racetrack, Holleys are awesome, but when we're driving around town. The other thing I'd do is I'd get on the Classic Industries and buy the factory style brand new Bluetooth radio that looks like the old 1965 radio to go in the dash. And then I just drive the hell out of it. So if it was me, that's what I'd do. Maybe put a headliner in it, do a couple of other things to tinker with it. But this is a good, solid, running, driving truck that's really ready for a new home. Give us a call, PeachtreeClassicCars.com.